Alrighty, let's go to my favorite. I love doing this trash list, folks. Here we here we go. This was the trash list, the worst side of the list. Do not be on this list because that means you're trash. So, the trash list going into Week 14. We got Adam Gase still, folks. No surprise there. Carson Wentz, Tom Brady, Mike McCarthy, Ezekiel Elliott, Anthony Lynn, Joey Sly, Zane Gonzalez, Mitch Trubisky, Deshaun Watson, Mike Lennon, and the Jets defense, all being trash for multiple weeks or just last week. So we got to see who stays on this trash list for another week. Let's reevaluate everybody. Then we'll go to our additions. So we'll start at the top of the list. My favorite name to talk about, Adam Gase, folks. Let's see. Let's give this man a fair opportunity to get off this trash list. Did he put up a lot of points this week? Were they moving the ball? Were they competitive? Let's see. All right. Who they had this week? Oh, the Seahawks. Ooh, not a good team to try and get out the cash list against. So let's see. They get absolutely blown out 40-3. That's all we really need to see, but let's dive a little deeper. Now, the one silver lining I will give this Jets team and Adam Gase, this is the only compliment I will ever give Adam Gase. They score on their first drive. Whether it be a touchdown or a field goal, they score on their first drive. I can give them that, but then they don't show up for the rest of the game. So that even speaks kind of worse to what Adam Gase is. Yeah, you can script plays for an entire week, but once it's in game time situation, when you have to make real-time adjustments, he flounders like the flounder that man is. 3 points, and then you go, so they were only competitive offensively for the first 5 minutes of the game. There's 60 minutes to be played in football, folks, and Adam Gase is only good for the first 5. That means you're not a good coach, folks. So, yes, Adam Gase, he's still staying on this trash list. What do you expect? Get a win. Be competitive. He's not. Adam Gase, you don't need no welcoming. He is the trash list. He's been on here since September 20th. What was that, week 2 in the league? He's trash. He should be fired. All right, let's move on. Carson Wentz, he actually kind of did get fired. He lost his job, and it's unfortunate. He was on the trash list because of his performance last week. It got him benched. We're going to take him off because he's no longer starting. He can't prove himself to not be trash, so Carson Wentz gets a little bit of a free pass getting off the trash list. Didn't earn it, but we're not going to keep backup players on the trash list. We're not going to do that. All right, now we go to Tom Brady. And he didn't have a great game. He didn't even throw for 200 yards, folks. How the heck are you not throwing for at least 200 yards every single game? It's besides me. You know who doesn't throw for 200 yards a game? Lamar Jackson. And you know why? Because he's rushing for 150 yards every single game. That's his excuse. Tom Brady, what's yours? You have all of the weapons in the world. I don't want to hear it. There's no excuses why Tom Brady should not be throwing 200 yards every single game. We digress a little bit. They get the win. 15 of 23, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns. He didn't turn the ball over. They get the win. This wasn't a trash performance, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't cash either. It wasn't really even that great. Coming off of a bye, coming off of a loss off of a bye, and Tom Brady's not throwing 200 yards, folks. They're not in my top 10, I'll tell you. They'll probably won't be in the top 10. If they make a run in the playoffs, congratulations, but it doesn't matter. You're not doing anything, folks. They're not doing anything, and they've got so much talent. Man, it's truly pitiful. Tom Brady, I don't know, man. I don't know, but yes, he gets taken off the trash list. Wasn't a trash performance. Wasn't a good performance. Congrats, you won barely. You won barely. If you weren't facing the Vikings, you probably would have lost, honestly. All right, that brings us to Mike McCarthy. They get the win. Their offense didn't look good. Their defense looked okay. I mean, they scored most of their points because of their defense. We said, when you look at these stats, these are not good. Andy Dalton, 185 yards passing. Ezekiel Elliott, 48 yards rushing. So he's still not getting his playmakers involved. Ezekiel Elliott needs to be the main focus of this offense, folks. Ezekiel Elliott should be doing what Derrick Henry's doing. When he's your main guy, he's who you paid. Andy Dalton's clearly not getting it done, or he can't get it done on a consistent basis. So Mike McCarthy, congratulations. You finally got your team playing well enough to beat the Bengals. Congrats. Not buying the Cowboys still, but they get the win. We have to take Mike McCarthy off the trash list. He'll be back on here, folks. Don't worry. We still got 3 more weeks. You think Mike McCarthy's going to win the next 3 games? As soon as he loses another one, I'm ready to put him right back on here. All right, Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, they get the win, as I said, and I do want to keep this man on the trash list, but he didn't play trash. He didn't play good, but he didn't play trash either. So we're going to have to take him off. 20 carries for 48 yards, no touchdowns, still not being that leader. He's being the vocal leader. He's being kind of, the virtue signaling leader, coming out and saying, you know what, hey, I'm playing through an injury. Everybody rally around me. But then he still doesn't go and shows it. Now, the one good thing Ezekiel Elliott didn't do was fumble, because the last time this man kind of came out publicly and kind of said, I'm going to kind of step up and, we've all got to play better, he fumbled in the third quarter and kind of cost him the game. So that was good. We take him off, regardless of what happens. We take him off. He'll be back, whether it's, this season or next season. He'll be back, folks. Don't worry. All right, Anthony Lynn, and this man kind of got bailed out a little bit. He's going to get taken off this list. They win the game. As we said, we put the kicker on the cash list because he made a game-winning field goal. We're trying to get back to this game real quick. Damn. Where is it? Here it is. I did not know that was a 4 o'clock game. But, yeah, so they get the win. Last second kind of game-winning field goal, and we're going to come back to this game because of the trash list as well, but we won't spoil all of our information. Anthony Lynn, they get the win. Congrats. It was a close game that they shouldn't have won, and we'll tell you why, because of another player being trash. So Anthony Lynn gets bailed out. He comes off, but another player is going to take his place, unfortunately. So well done, Anthony Lynn. Once again, he'll be back on. He really should be fired, unfortunately, but he'll be back on the trash list. All right, let's go to Joey Sly. Now, he's got to come off the list because no. That's Zane Gonzalez. Zane Gonzalez, kicker for the Cardinals, he got benched. He's got to come off the trash list because he's not kicking anymore. We'll see if he comes back, but I mean, the other kicker was flawless last week, so I don't know if Zane Gonzalez is going to have a job at the end of this week. All right, now we go to Joey Sly, and he plays for the Carolina Panthers, I believe. Is that correct? Joey Sly, he did not have too many opportunities to kick. He took 2 field goals, made them both, 3 extra points, so I'll give him that. That is not trash. That is very cash. Now, he loses, which is unfortunate, but he did all he could. He did everything they asked of him. Long field goals. Let's see how long these field goals are. Let's give this man a little bit of credit if he deserves it. Let's see it. All right, first field goal for Joey Sly. Where's he at? All right, this one is from 26 yards. Okay, little short chip shot. This other field goal is 35, so he didn't really do anything. What was it, 25, 35 yards? So we still give the man credit. Very well done, but he made his kicks, and that's what we want. Just not long kicks, unfortunate. All right, now we go to Mitch Trubisky, and he gets a win. And, no turnovers, fantastic. 24 of 33, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. They put up 36 points. He didn't fumble the game away, didn't turn the ball over at all. So we give this man a lot of credit. Looked decent out there. We're not going to say good. We'll say decent. So Mitch Trubisky, very well done, getting off the trash list. Gets the win, looked good, didn't turn the ball over. Okay, now we go to Deshaun Watson, and he's kind of the reason why a little bit that the Bears won, and Mitch Trubisky played as well because the Texans, they weren't putting up any points to kind of keep this game competitive, to keep the Bears on their toes, to keep Mitch Trubisky on his toes. So Deshaun Watson didn't play a horrible game. He's dwindling at wide receivers. We know this. Deshaun Watson, 21 of 30 for 219 yards, a touchdown, no turnovers, no interceptions. So we give this, Duke Johnson, he lost a fumble. Kiki Cutie, he lost a fumble. Drive killers. So we're not going to keep Deshaun Watson on the trash list. He was on the trash list because he fumbled on the goal line against the Colts 2 weeks ago. But we're going to give him the little bit of a benefit of the doubt. Kind of on his playmakers, dwindling playmakers. He was still trying to do his thing. Kind of got injured a little bit in that game as well, down to the stretch. So we take Deshaun Watson off. All right, now we go to Mike Glennon, and once again he kind of got benched, but he still played basically this entire game, and we still have to keep Mike Glennon on the trash list for one more week. We'll take him off next week because we know Gardner Minshew is going to be starting, but this is for this week, and he played a lot of this game. So Mike Glennon, 13 of 23 for only 85 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Truly unfortunate. They bring Gardner Minshew in. When did they bring him in? Like halfway in the third quarter? After this interception, I believe they bring him in. Yeah, so as soon as he throws that interception in the third quarter, they yank him. And so Mike Glennon, you got to spend one more week on. We'll take you off next week because you're no longer the starter. And then that brings us to the Jets defense. Do we have to re-go over that one? I mean, the Jets defense, they just gave up 40. They made Russell Wilson sit in the fourth quarter. That's how bad they were beating the Jets. They let Geno Smith come in the game, and he went 4 or 5 for 33 yards. That's 75% completion percentage, folks. That's 80% completion percentage. That's pretty good for Geno Smith. We're gonna keep the Jets defense on here, non-competitive. You let Russell Wilson just go all over you. Yeah, you can say that falls under Adam Gase here, but the more Jets we can put on this trash list, the better. We keep the Jets defense on here. Okay, now, all right, now let's go to these additions. We do have 3 additions here, so let's get to them. Another defense is going to be on this trash list, and we've got to use the Texans defense. Folks, Mitch Trubisky, yes, he put up 36 points, and yes, he put up 267 yards and 3 touchdowns and no picks, but what the hell was this Texans defense doing, making Mitch Trubisky look this good? We know he hasn't looked good at all this season. He's looked good last week against the Lions until the fourth quarter, and then he looks good against the Texans here for the entire game because the Texans defense never steps up. So unfortunately, we're going to have to put the Texans defense on here. When you make Mitch Trubisky look that good, I don't know, folks. Texans defense, come on. Giving no help to Deshaun Watson out there, truly. Deshaun Watson's the only good thing on the Texans team. Everything else is trash. Maybe you can make the case for J.J. Watt, but still, he's not as good as some of these other edge rushers. Chase Young. Who else do we got? Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa, the Bosa brothers. T.J. Watt may even be better than J.J. Watt. So, I don't know, man. Texans defense, welcome to the trash list. 36 points by Mitch Trubisky. Kind of unacceptable. Alrighty, here we go. 2 more. We go to the Vikings. Check them out. Well, this is the guy that went from the cash list to the trash list. That really doesn't happen. I mean, I think that's happened like three times this season, a player going from the cash list to the trash list in the same day. How unfortunate. But, I mean, Dan Bailey, folks. Look at this man. 0 of 3 from field goals. 0 of 1 from extra point. He did nothing. If he didn't show up, he would have done the exact same if he was in the game, folks. That's not good. So, I mean, and this was a closer game, too. Let's talk about it. These field goals, the first missed one came in the second quarter, and the Vikings were up 6-0. They could have been up 9-0. They missed a field goal. Tampa Bay goes and scores a touchdown. Now the game is 7-6. Okay, we can forgive maybe one miss. The second miss coming on the very next drive. The Bucs are still up 7-6. The Vikings could have been up 9-7 or even 12-7 at this point. Unfortunately, he misses another kick, and the Bucs, they score another touchdown. So now the lead is 14-6 when the lead probably could have been 14-12. Close game. Now let's see his last, or really it could have, you add the extra point because he missed the field goal. So now we're talking about 7, now we're talking about 10, now we're talking about 13-14, a 1-point game, so even closer. And then is finally his last missed field goal coming in the fourth quarter. The Vikings just scored a touchdown. Now they have 14-23. They're down. He goes and misses a field goal. This could have been 17-23. This could have been 23-23 with all these made field goals and the extra point. So we get 14 here. Add 3, that's 17. Add another 3, that's 20. Add another 3, that's 23. Add the extra point, that's 24. The Vikings could have had the lead going into the fourth quarter, 24-23, and this would have been an entirely different game. Tom Brady having to make better throws down the stretch of the game because the Vikings are winning or very close to winning. Dan Bailey, horrible performance here. Let's see how long these field goals are. Where are these long field goals? Let's see. This first one. 36-yarder. We all know the extra point. That's easy. His first field goal is 36. His second field goal is from 54. So a little bit further out, but we know it's makeable. Anything inside 50 yards should be automatic. Anything really within 55 should be automatic, truthfully. And he's not making that. And then his last field goal, 46 yards. So the man just didn't come to play, and the Vikings really kind of lost because of him. It would have been a real different game if he was making them. So Dan Bailey, very well-deserved trash list. Probably the most trash here on this list besides Adam Gase, probably. So Dan Bailey, god darn you. Gosh darn. Horrible performance. Horrible. And then our last one, we got to go back to this Atlanta game. Because Atlanta should have won, hands down. They should have won this game, but it's Matt Ryan not being clutch. Classic. So, oh my goodness, twice he's not. So, this game is tied 17-17 in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter. Matt Ryan throws an interception with 3 minutes left on the Chargers' 26-yard line. Then he gets bailed out because the Falcons defense forces a turnover with 53 seconds left. So Matt Ryan gets the ball back, still tied with 47 seconds left on their own 38. He gets into the Chargers' 45-yard line, and what does he do with 17 seconds left? He throws an interception, gives the game right to the Chargers. So Matt Ryan, I mean, so many opportunities to go out and kind of win this game, close out this game, and he throws back-to-back interceptions. He needs to go. He cannot be an Atlanta Falcons anymore. They kind of just need to wipe their hands of him. Thank you for your service. Thanks for getting us to that Super Bowl. Thanks for all of that, but we just have to move on. He's killing y'all. He can't score in the red zone. He can't go on long, sustainable drives. This Falcons offense, we were high on them in the first couple weeks, but still watching Matt Ryan week after week, this man is not good anymore, folks. How unfortunate. So, Matt Ryan, welcome to the trash list. 2 interceptions when you could have won the game. It was the Chargers. Oh, how funny is that? The 2 worst teams that blow the biggest leads. Falcons, they did it in the Super Bowl. They did it against the Cowboys on the onside kick. They did it one other game earlier this season. I can't remember. The Chargers, they can't win a close game to save their lives. And, you know, battle of the worst teams in the fourth quarter, battle of the blown leads. And Atlanta is the king of the blown leads. So well done, Matt Ryan, for, you know, taking that title. So that's the cash list, or the trash list. Not good. Matt Ryan, Dan Bailey, Texans defense all getting the additions here, and Mike Glennon, Adam Gase, and Jets defense all staying trash this week as well.